I'm back, and this week we're talking about employment relations. So this covers resolving disputes, unfair dismissals, and sexual harassment in the workplace. So when working in an environment, let's agree, there's many different characters. People have different morals, religions, beliefs, or opinions than you. And in everyday life, this can get a bit messy and confusing because everyone's like, this. And so this can cause employment relations, whether it's a dispute, an unfair dismissal, or sexual harassment. Here's what you need to know so that your work environment can stay as comfortable as possible, along with some tips on what to do if you feel vulnerable in your workplace. Let's start off with work health and safety, WHS. Work health and safety is the core to safety and protection of employees and employers. As an effort to raise awareness, they've recently introduced posters to your local work areas or even schools. They're all around my school. And this is just raising awareness that work is a health hazard. 3 major contributors to workplace-related incidents includes inadequate training, lack of appreciation for the seriousness of health. Let's be real, we all do it. We underestimate how important our health is. And an attitude of, it won't happen to me. She'll be right. Let's be real. We all think, it won't happen to me. I'm not going to get eaten by a shark. I'm not going to break my leg. But we do. Happens to someone. Got to be someone, right? Work health and safety means that employers must ensure that their workplace is safe, machinery is regularly inspected and maintained, protective clothing and adequate training are provided to employees, committees are set up to enforce work health and safety, and they have written work health and safety policies in place. It's clearly not just the responsibility of the employers though. Employees must ensure that they comply with the safety instructions, report any situation they may think be dangerous, cooperate at any investigation of accidents in order to prevent them from happening again. Moving on to the next work relation is bullying. Bullying in the workplace. Bullying is something we've been aware of our whole lives. We typically think it just occurs in schools because teenage kids can be mean, right? But unfortunately, it's just as common in the workplace. Figures suggest that 85% of workers suffer or witness bullying in the workplace. There are many forms of bullying. There may be more noticeable than others. These could include intimidation, humiliation, verbal abuse, slamming of doors, pushing, touching, fondling, threatening, or actually conducting violence. Really, bullying in the workplace can just be classed as repeated actions that can risk the health or safety of an employee. If you are being bullied in the workplace or witness bullying, it is best to approach a figure of authority that you trust and know will handle the situation appropriately for all parties involved. Sitting back will only make the situation escalate, and the workplace will become uncomfortable and a place of fear for everyone, and that's not what you want at your job. Our third issue is sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is illegal, especially in the workplace. It's just not acceptable. Sexual harassment covers a wide range of behaviour that, as a consequence of this sexual nature, makes the victim feel unwelcome, humiliated, or offended. Sexual harassment includes things as comments on a person's physical appearance, questions on a person's physical appearance, questions about a person's sex life, and the display of pornographic images, meaning it could be a screensaver or a poster. Sexual harassment is a really serious issue. If someone tries to say that their display of sexual harassment towards you was a joke, that does not excuse from the fact that they have conducted sexual harassment. Any person who feels that they have been sexually harassed in the workplace, or anyone, should contact the Australian Human Rights Commission for free advice. The Commission will investigate complaints and help find an appropriate solution. Our fourth issue today is anti-discrimination. Discrimination occurs when a person is treated less favourable because of reasons such as gender, race, age, religion, or disability. Discrimination in the workplace comes in many different forms and has been increasingly common over the last couple of years, and can include many things from unfair pay gap, older employees being dismissed to forced to retire for younger employees that are going to just replace them, and finding it hard to secure a permanent job if you are Indigenous or migrant. New state laws were put in place to stop discrimination having a widespread effect on our countries and the workplaces. It is now illegal to discriminate on the grounds of a person's gender, race, age, or sexual orientation, physical or mental disability, religious faith or political opinions, and marital status, family responsibilities, pregnancy, or potential pregnancy. There are 2 types of discrimination that can be found: direct discrimination, which is treating a group less favourable than the other person or group in similar circumstances. The other type of discrimination is indiscrete discrimination, which is the treatment which seems fair, but which has an unequal or unfair impact on a person or group compared to the others. There are 5 main legislations that are included: Racial Discrimination Act of 1975, Sex Discrimination Act of 1984, Disability Discrimination Act of 1992, Age Discrimination Act of 2004, and Affirmative Action Act from 1986. The 5th and final employment relation that we're going to be talking about today is unfair dismissal. If an employee is not performing their job in a way that complies with the contract or behaviours the employer and employee agreed upon, then the company may terminate the employee. This is called a dismissal. Dismissals can occur in 3 ways: summary dismissal, dismissal by notice, redundancy or retrenchment. An unfair dismissal occurs when an employee is sacked and they believe the dismissal is unfair, harsh or unreasonable. Protection from unfair dismissals have been incorporated into the Fair Work Australia Act of 2009 and means that if an employee believes they have been unfairly dismissed, they are able to apply to Fair Work Australia for reinstatement and or compensation. Thanks for tuning in. That's it for our mini-series. See you next time. Skedaddle-roos.